Alright, again, 2008 Saturn Astra. It's a good little car, even though I work on it all the time. I need to pull that wheel off, and that's the front driver's side wheel, and replace the input and output speed sensors on this, because I got some rough shifting, or shifting anomalies, and so that should take care of the problem. Okay, I got the front wheel off, and now this is what we're after. Let's see if I can get my flashlight to behave. This right here is actually the input speed sensor, and then up a little higher actually is the output speed sensor. Since it's raining right now, and this is the one that's leaking and probably causing the problems, I'm going to go ahead and replace this one now, and then get out of the rain, and then a little bit later I'll reach up in underneath there and get the output. So this is the input speed sensor. One thing I'm not very good at doing is recording with one hand and working with the other, especially because the other is my left hand and I'm not left-handed. What I'm trying to do here is get this unplugged, which I just did. You can see there. Now this is a number 10 bolt that holds this in, retaining bolt that holds that in. So I'm going to take that out, and then I should be able to just pop this out. There's a little O-ring in there, which you'll be able to see when I compare it to the new one that I bought. So let me get that out of there. I've got my little 1/4-inch drive here. Let's see if I can get on that. Okay. Should be able to get that now with my fingers. Let's see if I can get you a better shot. Not really. So sorry my hand's in the way. But I'm just spinning that out. You can see here behind the brake line there, the retaining bolt is now out against number 10 head on it, and now I should be able to just sort of maneuver this out, wiggle it a little bit. I may have to get a little pry driver. There's an O-ring in there, so I got to be kind of careful with it. I don't want to leave part of that in there. So let me go get a screwdriver of some kind. Alright, I'm back with a couple of different sizes of screwdriver. Let me try this little stubby first. Flat head. I don't want to break it. Let me see if I can get this shot. It's hard to get a shot down in there to see what I'm working on here. Yeah, maybe this. Let me see here. There it goes. Got it. So it came right out of a hole, right up in there. And this is what we're replacing. And you can see there's an O-ring on there, and clearly that's been leaking. You can see, I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, but you can see where it's kind of wicked out here. It's been leaking off here. So let's take this in the garage and compare it to the new one. Alright, we're working here with input speed sensor. This is the old one. Clean it up a little bit here for a sec. It's possible that I could just replace that little O-ring, but I did some reading, of course, because that's what I do, and the recommendation was to just replace this whole plug, this whole sensor rather. So that's what I'll do. Here is the new part. Okay, and so let's compare. Same size, same plug. Much better looking O-ring on that. So I believe this is going to get it done. So let's go put it in. All right, I have a little bit of ATF here. I'm going to just moisten that O-ring around that so it slips into the into its home a little bit more easily. And so once I've got that spread on there, I'll try to film and capture the money shot to get this thing put on. Alright, I'm going to try to get this thing sent home. There's the hole that goes in. We've got it started. I'm just going to gently work that until the O-ring pops in. That's a much better O-ring because it is not wanting to go in there. That's good. I gotta use my filming hand to reach in there. Alright, let me work this just a little bit. I'm moving the camera around way too much. Alright, I got that to seat, and that feels really good. That feels snug there. So now, let's get our retaining bolt back in here, if we can, and get it started. Let's see here if I can. It's really hard for me to find a shot there. It wants to focus on everything else but what I'm doing here. Alright, I've got that finger tight, so now I'm going to get my little 1/4 inch drive up in there. Now this is supposed to be torqued to 5 foot-pounds, so that's like hardly anything. So I'm going to call that a click right there. And now, and actually I should also mention that that retaining bolt probably just keeps that from spinning. It doesn't actually hold this in. The seal actually pops in and it's friction fit in there. Let me get this connector back to get connected. And if I can see what I'm doing. Let's see here. There's the connector. Click. Alright, that should be job done on the input speed sensor. The output speed sensor is actually up higher in there, and I'll do it later because it's actually raining right now, so I need to get out of the rain. But there's the input speed sensor done. Okay, I'm up underneath the car looking up. This is the sensor we just replaced, and way up under in there a little further, let's see if I can find it. Right there is the output sensor. It's going to be a pain to reach, but that's the other one I'll replace. Alright, I have replaced the speed sensor, the input speed sensor on the 08 Astra in this video. I still have to do the output sensor, but it's kind of rainy and cold out here today, so probably not going to get to it today. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow. I might do it then. I'm not sure if I'll shoot the video or not. It's way up in there. Much higher than the input speed sensor, so likely I'll just do it, get it done, and call it a day. Anyhow, I have put the wheel back on. I tightened all or torqued all of the lug bolts to 90 foot-pounds, so it's good to go. And yeah, I think we're ready to rock and roll on a test drive here in a little bit and see how it goes. All right, input speed sensor replacement, 2008 Saturn Astra. Hope it was helpful.